Hey guys, what's up? This video is basically just for my cousin and I guess any new players. Just for some like painting tips and stuff. Yeah, so I'm just giving my cousin some painting tips. So you don't have to watch this video. Alright, so basically to paint a blood letter, I laid out the paints you need. First, you obviously need like a primer, something to prime the model. Usually, I would use um, some spray paint. I usually use black. You can use white, but black is better for beginners because it covers up mistakes a little better. You won't be able to see them, and the white makes all your paint a little lighter. And these are just 99-cent cans from Walmart, and they work perfectly fine. There's no need to buy the $10 spray paint from Games Workshop. So, or you could just use the Chaos Black paint and hand paint them, but it's a lot easier to spray paint them. When you spray paint, just don't go on too heavy. Make sure you're at least a foot away from the models, you know, a good distance away. You just spray, you know, spray all around. Just spray it on lightly, you know, you can always go back and do more, but you can't necessarily, you know, take it off unless you strip the whole model of paint. So, you know, be careful not to do too much. Also, with all your paints, you want to make sure they always stay pretty watered down, which means you basically just want the consistency of milk. So you want to be sort of like, you don't want it to be watery, but you don't want it to be really thick. So a good consistency is milk. So just put in some drops of water and shake it and keep adding water until it does that. You might have to do that every week or so, but just make sure your paints don't get too like globbed down when you paint. Right here I have blood letters in different stages of painting. This guy is just primed with some black. Also, I forgot to mention, there will be mold lines when you first put the models together, so you're going to want X-Acto knife to shave them off. I'm talking to my cousin here. You probably know some of this. I'm just, you know, going over it all, just because I don't remember what you know still, so. Yeah, just use X-Acto knife or some like some files, and just shave off the mold lines. It'll look a lot better. So this guy's just primed. His base, I just used white glue, white Elmer's glue, watered it down a little, and poured some regular just like playbox sand on it. You know, it doesn't have to be anything special. It could be beach sand, it could be gravel, whatever you want to use. So yeah, he's primed, first stage. Here's another stage. This guy, after the prime with black, I went over in all his skin, I put a coat of Mecherite Red, which is a Citadel foundation paint. And what the point of this is, normal red doesn't go on very good. It goes on really like streaky, but this goes on usually in 1 or 2 coats, whereas that would take a lot more coats to get the same result. So you always want to use these first when you're doing like yellows and reds on a bigger surface area than just a small little piece. So that's him all over his skin. And then what you do, this guy's a finished, so I don't have the in-between steps. But then what you do with this guy, actually, all like the horns and details, like the horns and the sword, not the detail. Like the sword, horns, tongue, and all his like nails and stuff, I paint Lich Purple. So you can see Lich Purple. I just paint that and try not to get too much on the skin. And then I highlight it with Warlock Purple. And highlight is just basically like, if you can see, it sort of gets like darker to lighter on here. That's not necessarily highlighting, but I don't really have a good example to show with my blood letters, but that's more like dry brushing. And dry brushing is when you take your brush, you get some paint on it, and then you just like wipe it off, and then you just like brush, and you get a really light dry coat. And so yeah, just all the purple on it, and then some Warlock Purple on like the edges and stuff to highlight it.